Hello everyone, this is Herotmania. Welcome back to my playthrough of Dragon Quest VII, Fragments of the Forgotten Past, for the 3DS. Previously, Davilas and Kiefer got the Shrine of Mysteries up and running. And Davilas's father found a Yellow Fragment in the fishing nets. So we're going to take that back to the Shrine of Mysteries. Into the shrine. Let's see what happens when we slot this in. Aha, caught you. I knew you'd been sniffing around out here. Did you really think you could keep it a secret? Uh-oh, Maribel. Hello there. Maribel. You're a really horrible person, did you know that, Davilas? You've been doing all this fun stuff, and you didn't say a word to me about it. You owe me. You owe me big time. So I'm joining you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Got that? Well, sure. Good. I should think so, too. Now what are we hanging about for? Let's get going. Heh, I'm having fun already. Erg. We'll just have to lump it, I suppose. She'll only tell on us otherwise. All right, let's get going. So now Maribel's with us. So this is what it's like inside. It's a lot bigger than it looks from the outside, isn't it? The room with the pedestals we need to fit the stone fragments into is through that door. Come on, let's get going. Busted! Having received the stone fragment from Pollock, Davilas heads back to the Shrine of Mysteries. But little does he know, he's been followed by Maribel. She's desperate not to be left out, and insists on accompanying the two friends. It's time for the three intrepid young adventurers to find out what lies beyond the shrine. And we have something for her. A bamboo spear. A lot better than nothing, Maribel. That is not unlocked yet. So, through here. So let me get this straight. You're collecting stone fragments, but you don't know what will actually happen when you put them together? Humph. If you're the ones who've been chosen for this task, I'm sure it can't be anything very important. We'll see. Go on, Davilas. Speak to old matey there, and tell him we've found a new bit of stone. Hello, matey. Ho ho! Looks like it's time for you to arrange all your tablet fragments on top of the appropriate pillar. Go ahead and give it a whirl. So, let's do it. Yellow. There it goes. What's that? Why is it so bright? Eek! Aye! Whoa! Ah! Ow, 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 ow! Blimey, what just happened? Are you two okay? What's wrong, Maribel? Of course I'm not okay. I want an explanation for what just happened, and I want it now. Well, all I know is that one minute we were in the shrine, and the next, well, we were here. Where is here, anyway? I don't recognize it. Is it even on the island? What are you talking about? Of course it's on the island. Where else would it be, you big dummy? What I want to know is why the sky is so dark and gloomy. It's really not helping the mood. Gah, wherever this place is, I hate it already. In fact, I've had enough. I'm going home. Thanks for the amazing adventure. Let's never do it again. Well, I suppose we should get going, too. We can't hang round here all day. Come on, Davilas. Where in the world are we? Any ideas, Davilas? Nope, not a one. So your guess is as good as mine, eh? It's that sky that bothers me. Why is it so dark? Anyway, we need to get out of this forest. Come on. The wild and weird woods. Our heroes place the tablet fragments on a pedestal and are engulfed in a mysterious light. The next thing they know, they find themselves in a strange forest, one that none of them have ever seen before. The way Maribel stormed off, I wouldn't be surprised if she was home by now. If she knows which way she's going, that is. Eek! Uh-oh, that sounded an awful lot like Maribel. The boss theme. I suppose we better go and see what's up. Come on, Davilas. Cute little slimes. What are those things? Some slimes appear. Everyone's on follow orders. Good. Just stab the slimes. Oh, he fled. The slimes are defeated. I don't like this one bit. Where exactly are we? And why is it full of monsters? Monsters? You call those monsters? Well, if they weren't monsters, what were they? If they look like monsters and smell like monsters, they're monsters. Well, anyway, the one thing I know is that this is all you two's fault. Of course. I didn't want to come to any stupid forest, but you made me. It's time you took responsibility for your actions, Davilas. You need to make sure I get home safely. Monsters, eh? Did you hear that, Davilas? Real-life monsters. We're on a proper adventure at last. Heh. Is it just me, or is this kind of exciting? Yes, it is just you. You're such an idiot. Trust you to be happy about this. Listen, I'm not staying here a moment longer. Take me home. Now! I can't believe you, Kiefer. Those monsters tried to kill me, and you think it's all just an exciting adventure. You brought me here, so you have to keep me safe from the monsters, okay? If I end up covered in bumps and bruises, you'll be for the high jump. The sun was out when we went into the shrine, but now it's all dark and gloomy. And then there's those monster things. Do you think we're still on Estard? So that's what a real-life monster looks like. I thought they'd be a lot scarier than that. Still, I can't complain. I've woken up in a weird forest and fought off a horde of murderous fiends. This is a dream come true. Count on Kiefer to be excited. Monsters! Davilas and Kiefer hear Maribel screaming in fear and run off to see what's wrong. They find her soon enough, being attacked by some curious creatures, the likes of which they've never seen before. But by putting their heads together and working as one, they manage to make short work of the monsters. Maribel is none too pleased at the sudden appearance of such savage beasts, but Kiefer couldn't be happier. But where exactly have they ended up, and how are they going to get home? Anything in this area? I gather not. You brought me here, so you have to keep me safe from the monsters, okay? If I end up covered in bumps and bruises, you'll be for the high jump. Ugh, more trees. Is this stupid forest going to go on forever? There are no monsters around here by the looks of it. Who's that? Hello? And what are yourselves doing here? Sorry, we weren't sneaking up on you or anything. You've got nothing to fear from us. I'm Kiefer, Prince of Estard. Estard, you say? Could this mean? Well, anyway, this is Davilas, and this is Maribel. They're with me. Can you ask Miss What's-Her-Name why it's so dark and gloomy here? All right. You'll be wanting to know me name, I suppose. Well, I'm Maeve. Hello, Maeve. Hello, Maeve. Can I ask why you're bothering to weed such a scrawny old patch of grass? Weedin'? Sure I wasn't weedin'. I was putting some nice plants on them graves over there, like... Plants? You mean those handfuls of grass? Why would anyone put grass on a grave? In case you've not noticed, there's not a lot in the way of flowers around here. That's why I've to make do with this little lot, like... Wait, I've got some flowers. Well, some seeds at least. Seeds, you say? Yes, I got them from the woods near Estard. I was going to plant them round my house. I hate to be a bother, but I'd be grateful if you could see your way to let me have a handful. Oh, I don't mind at all. In fact, have the lot. Well, that's nice of you, Maribel. Sure, that's grand altogether. I'll plant these round the graves, so I will. Maybe now the souls of the departed can rest a wee bit easier. The departed? Gosh. Now where are yourselves heading to, if you don't mind me asking? That's a good question. I suppose we're heading home. Yous want to go home, do you? Well, I wouldn't start from here, so I wouldn't. Your best bet for now is to get out of this forest. You'll find a little village up the way where you can rest up. By way of thanks for them seeds, I'll come along with you. Maeve joins the party. Well, let's be off, shall we? To get to the village, we'll need to head out of the forest and go east. Very well. So there's a village round here. That's something. Shame we still haven't got a clue where here is, though. Psst, Davilas, don't you think there's something a bit weird about Maeve? Anyway, I'm sure she'll make better company than you and Prince Twit. Ha ha. Just head out of the forest and head east, and you'll soon see the village. We might bump into a monster or two on the way over, but don't fret. I'll keep you safe, so I will. Well, thank you, Maeve. A land bereft of blooms. While wandering through the Oddwoods, the party come across a young woman paying her respects at a gravestone. Her name is Maeve, and for some reason, she's decorating a grave with weeds. When Maribel asks her why, she tells her that she'd rather use flowers, but there aren't any growing anywhere nearby. After hearing this and seeing how sad it makes Maeve, Maribel decides to give her some flower seeds she's been carrying. In return, Maeve shows the friends the way out of the forest and accompanies them to a nearby village. The gravestone is weathered and chipped. It's impossible to make out what's written on it. So let's get out of the Oddwoods. Where in the world is this place? I don't know where we are, but I know we're not in Estard anymore. This is all your fault, you know. If you hadn't been messing around in that shrine, this never would have happened. So according to Maeve, if we want to go home, we shouldn't start here. That doesn't exactly bode well, does it? The village is to the east of the forest, so it is. Just keep to the path, and you'll be there in no time. Hey there, slimes. Maeve is currently a guest. Whoa, Maeve. Goodbye, slimes. Might be a good time to explore a little bit. Hello, slime. All alone. Bye-bye, slime. Wobergenes and slimes. Thank you, Maeve. Goodbye, enemies. Some night crawlers. Goodbye, enemies. And look at that. Davilas reaches level 2. Kiefer reaches level 2 also. And Maribel reaches level 2 as well. Nice job, team. So Davilas is level 2. Kiefer's level 2. And Maribel's level 2. Now tucked away here, a treasure chest with 120 gold. Nice find. Here's a tower. Davilas, you're heading the wrong way, so you are. The village is west of here. I wouldn't go any further that way. Them monsters will make mincemeat out of you. Very well, Maeve. But some spending money. That certainly can't hurt. We got the drop on them. Goodbye, enemies. Now then, I think we'll hit the village. After we take care of these guys. Thank you, Maeve. Goodbye, enemy. Davilas reaches level 3. And learns heal. Kiefer reaches level 3 also. A treasure. An herb. Goody goody. So Davilas is now at level 3 with the heal spell. And Kiefer is level 3. So Davilas now knows heal. Some more slimes. Farewell. Hello, night crawlers. And goodbye. Maribel reaches level 3. She learns Frizz, a single targeting fire spell, and another medicinal herb. Very nice. Welcome to level 3, Maribel. Now with the Frizz spell. And here's the village. Wait a second, Davilas. Where'd Maeve get to? I can't see her anywhere. Good question. You're right, she's gone. Maybe she rushed off home. I'm guessing she lives here, right? Without even saying goodbye? Humph, some people have no manners. What kind of village has she led us to, anyway? It looks a little run down. A little? That's the understatement of the century. It's in pretty bad shape, all right. I wonder what's happened here. Well, who cares? It's not like we're going to be staying here long. Let's see if anyone can tell us the way home, shall we? So this is the village where Maeve said we could rest up, is it? Where exactly are we meant to rest? The place without a roof, or the one with the missing walls? Where in the world did Maeve go? It's like she just vanished into thin air. The ruined village. The first of many. The village the friend find themselves in is in a terrible state. Almost all the buildings have been destroyed. And as if that wasn't worrying enough, Maeve has mysteriously disappeared. Would you look at the state of me beautiful vegetable patch? Sure, what's the world coming to? I mean, look at the size of that hole dug right in the middle there. He's right, that is a big hole. Who would do something like that? Who do you think did it? Sure, it was none other than me own self. I know it's for me wife and daughter, but it breaks me heart so it does. That old man must be out of his mind. Why would someone dig up their own vegetable patch and destroy their livelihood? Something's very wrong here. What's going on? Is it the villagers who are smashing up the place? But why? What would make them do something like that? Sure, there was once a time this was just a peaceful town in the back of beyond. Then one day, wouldn't you know it, them horrible monsters came and stole all our womenfolk away. The fiends gave us men an awful ultimatum, so they did. They said if we wanted to see our wives and daughters alive again, we were to tear the village to pieces. I know we shouldn't give in to despair, but I fear our girls are long gone from this world. Ah, there's no hope for this place now. If I were yous, I'd go back to wherever you came from and pray for us all. So that's what's going on? That is pretty tough, I suppose. Hold on. If the monsters stole all the women, why didn't they take Maeve? She's a woman, isn't she? Indeed. So all the village's women have been kidnapped by monsters. That's terrible. It'd be pretty hard to believe if we hadn't seen those monsters out there with our own eyes. Hello, dog. Ruff, ruff, ruff. This village is having a tough time, but we've got problems of our own. How are we going to get home? I can't believe a bunch of monsters have been getting away with this right under our noses. How could this happen here in Estard? Hang about. There's no way this can be Estard. We must be someplace else. But where else is there? Is this some far-off island no one spotted before? What's going on? What's that? You're asking me what I'm doing? Do you not have eyes in your head? I'm smashing up me own home. Sure, you're only after asking me what I'm doing, and now you're asking me why I'm doing it. You're an awful one for the questions. I'm doing it for me lovely life, am't I? Why else would a man be tearing his own four walls down? Very curious. Pretty sad, too. So you'll be travellers, will you? Well, welcome to Ballymolloy. It's named after our greatest hero, don't you know? Ah, now, we could do with some heroics, I tell you. This place's glory days are behind it, so they are. This village is having a tough time, but we've got problems of our own. How are we going to get home? Ah, sure, what's the point in doing anything? No good'll come of it. We're doomed. Doomed, I tell you. I can't believe a bunch of monsters have been getting away with this right under our noses. Yep, I doubt this is Estard. It's desperate, so it is. I built this house with me own 2 hands, and now I'm tearing it down, plank by plank. Ah, it's as much as I can do to keep from weeping. Where in the world did Maeve go? It's like she just vanished into thin air. There's an awful lot we can learn from trees, wouldn't you agree? Wouldn't? You can chop bits off 'em, you can burn 'em, but they never complain. They just keep on growing. They're tremendous, so they are. Hello there. Come here till I tell you about Molloy, our humble little village's greatest hero. Are you ready to hear me yarn? Certainly. Now it so happened that 20 years ago, a mob of monsters overran the village. We men all vowed we'd stand together and fight that shower of savages to the death. We decided to take the fight to the monster's lair, and this one brave lad volunteered to go on ahead. "I'll lead the charge," says he. "We're behind you all the way," says we. But did we go after him? Indeed we did not. We just couldn't summon the courage. Meanwhile, that brave young fella barreled on regardless, blissfully unaware that not a one of us was behind him. He fell in battle, of course, but not before he'd battered a whole battalion of them beasties. His name, as you may have guessed, was Molloy, and a finer young fella we never did breed. So to show our gratitude to the poor lad down so badly, we decided to make a gesture. Something big, you know. And that's how the name of the village came to be changed to Ballymolloy. That's quite a tale, eh? Indeed. So this town is Ballymolloy. Meow. What's up, kitty? Here is the inn. At least this place is still standing. Some plain clothes. Hello. I'm sure the day will come when I have to tear this place apart too. If that's what it takes to get me darling wife back, I'll do it. But for the time being, it's business as usual. And this is the inn. I'll rest later. Got a troubadour up here. What's that yourselves are from? Estard, you say? I've never heard tell of it myself. Or have I? It may be ringing some kind of bell, but it's hard to be sure. Another house here. This may look like me home, but it's not me house at all. It's actually your man Hanlon's place. We decided to swap so the monsters wouldn't find him, like. Sure, will you listen to the way I'm carrying on? I shouldn't be sharing this type of thing with complete strangers now. Pretend you never heard a word. Now I'll stop blathering and get back to me day job. Ahem. So he sells weapons and armor. And herbs. Oaken club. Copper sword. All kinds of stuff. Might buy a sword later. Hey, what's the story like? Where do you think you're going? You wouldn't be planning on heading up to the top of the village, would you? Well, yes. Well, you're wasting your time. There's nothing to see up there on me life. You know, Davilas, I didn't believe a word that man said. There's something at the top of the village that he doesn't want us to find. I just know it. Anything in this shack? Who's there? Hello, little boy. Ah, sure, you're humans. Well then, you can come in if you like. Sorry I wasn't more welcoming, but you took me by surprise. I thought the monsters had finally found us. I'm Patrick, and you'll be travellers, will you? Well, tell me this, and tell me no more. Did you meet a woman called Maeve at all? Yes, we did. You did? Ah, sure, that's grand. Maeve protected our village from them monsters, you see, but no one's seen her this last while, like. Me da's injured, and now Maeve's gone. Sure, things couldn't be any worse. Urgh. Arg. Are you alright, Da? Are your wounds giving you grief? Sorry about that. I had to check on me Da. He's this village's bravest warrior. He went off to fight the monsters and save our women, but he came back in this shape. According to your man the doctor, we'll be needing a yoke called a green gem to make him right again. But the mine where you get them is full of monsters now. It's southeast of here, so it is. I was hoping I'd see Maeve, so I could ask her to go and grab us one. Can I ask you a favour, like? If you run into her on your travels, will you tell her we need her help? I'd love to go off and search for her myself, but I've to look after me Da, you know. Alright, Patrick. Hey, Davilas, I'm thinking we should just go and get this green gem ourselves. What do you say? Absolutely. Nice one. I knew you'd be up for it. Hold on a second. Why are you so keen to help them? Well, for starters, there's no point looking for Maeve. She's disappeared. You said so yourself. So why don't we just cut out the middleman? I know we have to get home, but we might as well make ourselves useful while we're here. Very well, Kiefer. I suppose you're right, but I can't help getting nervous when you start taking things seriously. Oh, alright then. Let's go and look for that gem. I won't exactly have much fun hanging around here on my own, I suppose. Great. Let's get to work. Did I hear you right? Are you thinking of helping us find one of them green gems? Yep, that's right. Just point us in the right direction. It was a mine southeast of here, right? That's the one. Thanks a million. If I see Maeve, I'll tell her you're helping us out. Very well, Patrick. Me da's in a terrible state altogether. If only we could get a hold of one of them green gem yolks. Just be careful if you're heading into that mine. It's crawling with monsters, so it is. The Wounded Warrior. After wandering around the ruined village of Ballymolloy for a while, our heroes eventually came across a hidden dwelling. Inside, they meet a young boy by the name of Patrick. It seems that Patrick's father Hanlon has been badly hurt while defending the village from monsters, and is lying injured in bed. Apparently, a green gem from the mines to the southeast of the village is needed in order for him to make a full recovery. Honestly, where's Maeve when you need her? It's all your fault, Davilas. If you'd been paying attention instead of staring off into space like an idiot, we wouldn't have lost sight of her in the first place. Sounds like that mine southeast of here will be chock-a-block with monsters. But that's not going to stop us, right? Right, Kiefer. So let's go rest at the inn. Thank you, innkeeper. I think the shopkeeper says something new. What's that you say? You're after meeting young Patrick? Ah, in that case, what's the harm in telling you? This isn't me house at all. It belongs to your man Hanlon. We swapped so the monsters wouldn't find him. Don't tell anyone, will you now? Anyway, back to me day job. So, for copper swords, we need 220. Now I'll save, and next time, we'll go look for that green gem. Time was, this was a beautiful big church. You wouldn't credit it now, would you? Well, in times of trouble, what choice do we have but to turn to the Almighty? Yes, sir? So next time we'll head off in search of that green gem. This is Outlinia. I'd like to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time.